Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Astley, the Inventress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Askelis, the Inventress. Welcome to the Inventress podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast. Isn't that something?
It's okay. I forget a lot of things, too.
So, well, we're here, and thank you, everybody, for joining us once again. I'm here with my daughter, Brittany. I'm not going to say her middle or last name.
Thank you.
It's the Brittany Askelis. She's the greatest.
The Brittany.
The Brittany.
Okay.
So we're here once again. Thank God we're in a new year. We talked about that before, but you know what? It's still new. We're in January. And
it's almost over, Jen. You realize that? It's almost over.
Yeah. Well, what's today's date? We're mid. We're mid
to last.
Yeah. So I hope you did some.
In a blink, it's going to be February.
I hope you did some good things for January, Brittany. What was your week?
I don't remember.
I know. See that?
Well, I just told you I don't remember things.
Time goes by so fast. And anyway, so it's been a real crazy week for me, too. And I could barely remember what I did, like even this afternoon. But I know this is a time for women. Women are doing great things. We're super empowered. We are being empowered by one another. And as I say, always, lifting each other up 2 hands at a time is super important, especially for us women. And it's being proven that because we're doing it, we're making great strides in history.
Yeah. Well, because you said great women, going about your week, you were at Home Shopping Network in Florida. You being on Home Shopping Network again for the Sit and Fit.
That's right. I forgot about that fast. And woohoo, it's sold out once again. Sold out. Sit and Fit sold out. I can't say that enough. And again, congratulations to Aaron Brewer and his team and his family, because obviously it's a wonderful invention. And it definitely keeps me working out.
Yeah, you were on 3 times?
Yeah, yep, with that same product, Tampa, Florida. In and out, that was crazy. In one day and out the next.
Yeah, you left, Saturday?
I left Saturday, was home on Sunday.
Yeah. The thing was on Saturday morning, right?
It was Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
6 a.m.
Wow.
Went to sleep at 12, woke up at 2, got to the studio by 3:30, on air by 6.
How did she do it?
It's because of you. It's my children. They inspire me to keep it moving.
Did they do your makeup?
Yeah, of course. Hair,
and
makeup,
the whole thing? Wow.
Whole shebang. I felt like a queen for 15 minutes.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. No, I always feel like a queen. And speaking of which, giant news. I was interviewed by Forbes magazine.
Whoa.
I will be featured in Forbes magazine in February. So I'll let all of you know when the issue is coming out. That's amazing, isn't it? I'm amazed.
That's
I'm blown
crazy.
away. I'm honored. It is crazy. It's so crazy to me. It's insane.
So when you say feature, are you going to be on the cover?
No, I'm not going to be on the cover. It's a feature. It's a big feature inside of the magazine.
So how many pages? You know how many pages?
I don't know. I'd be happy to be in a corner anywhere in Forbes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But to be featured and not have to pay for an article, not paying for it just because they wanted to interview me. And that, again, is women being empowered. And this was a wonderful woman who interviewed me, and she was proud, and I was proud of her. And the whole room was nothing but excitement and women being excited for one another. Tara was there too. She was in the interview. Well, she was just checking me out, making sure I was answering all the questions the right way and not getting off topic. But yeah, so that was really good. Really good.
That's cool. I can't wait to read it. And I know, I think you're doing a photo shoot.
Yep, that's coming up
this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So everyone can see pictures of you in action. So
yeah, it's very
really
interesting.
cool.
It's interesting. And I have to remember to bring props also.
What kind of props?
Props, some of my signage and...
Your plaques?
Some of that stuff too. They
Holding all your
They want to see
plaques?
that. Hold up plaques. Yeah.
Wait,
Mother of the Year.
You should put
Hold up my
plaque. Put plaques in a shop. Wait, the shopping cart. Yeah, throw some plaques in a shopping cart to make it seem very nonchalant. I have so many plaques and awards.
They're just plaques.
Yeah.
And you know what? Well, I have to tell you, I've been running so much this week that I've actually been ordering food a whole lot.
You haven't cooked anything?
I made broccoli rabe a few days ago. Some noodles. I haven't been cooking. It's time for a vacay. Yeah. I say vacation time.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Back to Florida. I need sun. I absolutely need some sunlight. I need to lay down. I need to lay down on a beach.
I don't care where I lay down as long as I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm. You don't care where you lay down?
Nope. With seltzer by my side.
Oh, yeah, seltzer, yeah.
And that's all I need.
I got a really good seltzer today. It's a Fuji sparkling water.
Oh, and it's a classy green bottle.
Delicious. That's our thing, guys. Who out there drinks seltzer? We're addicted.
We drink seltzer more than we drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be dehydrating.
Why? If it has salt.
Yeah, but for some reason, seltzer really doesn't quench my thirst as it does water, because obviously water is water.
Right.
But I think the carbonation makes it so it's still, I don't know, not
it's easy
hydrating.
It's easy to drink. So, Brittany, you did a few things. You did a couple of different benefit things, and weren't you at the Count Basie recently?
Oh, that was back in December. But we did receive our presentation check. So just to fill everyone in, I work for POAC Autism Services. We're located in Brick, New Jersey. We do a lot of free recreation training. We do a lot of support groups for families with autism, kids with autism, adults with autism. And we also do life-saving training for the first responders. So when they encounter a child with autism, they know how to deal with them in the right manner. So besides that, we had, there was a benefit concert called Hope 10 Benefit at the Count Basie. This was the last year that they were doing it, and it's Bobby Bandiera's charity. I think he was the guitarist of Bon Jovi's band, if I'm not mistaken. So they picked POAC as one of the beneficiaries along with another organization. And we had to get sponsors, and the tickets were expensive. So all the ticket sales we split amongst the other charity. So we got a check today for $112,000.
That's amazing.
And
congratulations.
It's huge. It's real, because we're not funded by the government whatsoever. And we solely are, we still do everything based on memberships and donations and fundraising. And we've been around. It's also going to be our 20th year in business. So this year is a huge, huge year. And our walkathons are coming up. So hopefully this year brings a lot more promise. And if we do make more money, we can expand. Even though we are all over the state of New Jersey, we do recreation, like I said. We do conferences on behavioral, anxiety, hidden dangers. So if anyone knows a child with autism living in New Jersey, if you haven't heard of POAC, I highly recommend you look into it. We have support groups, like I said.
What's the how could they contact?
POAC.net, P as in Peter, OAC as in cat, POAC.net. And no, it does not stand for anything. A lot of people ask us that. It used to be called Parents of Autistic Children, but we just go by POAC because it did start with 4 parents sitting around a kitchen table. And of course, their children were autistic, but now it's so much more. We're doing so much for the community, and people really need to see who we are. I know a lot of other organizations are bigger, if you hear of Autism Speaks and all that stuff. But with POAC, we actually do something for your community in New Jersey. I'm not knocking Autism Speaks whatsoever, because they do their own thing. But the money you give into POAC, we give out
Yeah, that's great.
And that's what makes this organization
20
so
years.
amazing. 20 years.
Well, Gary, the owner, he spoke at one of our conferences too.
Yeah.
Actually, last year.
Yep, the
Was it
executive
last year?
director.
August.
Yeah.
Well, it was last year now.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was huge.
And it's important to spread the word because there's so much
Yeah.
that happens with police brutality, right?
Yeah, that people don't hear.
They don't understand.
If you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of it. Kids and adults with autism have died due to improper training from police officers.
Because they don't know that they're dealing with a person who has autism.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a huge. We trained over 65,000 or 67,000 now first responders in the state of New Jersey on autism recognition and response. And we want to keep going. We were just in, not me, Gary, he was just in Mount Olive the other day training the first responders. And the day before that, he was in Inglewood. The day before that, he was in West Windsor. Like, it goes on and on. Yeah. So we also do school assemblies, K through 12, I believe, and teaching the kids about autism, like the typical kids about autism. You know, if you know someone that has it, or how do you spot autism? You know, every child is the same. They're not different, or they're not less. It's, you know, it's really, really good when we do the school assemblies as well. So yeah, that was the big thing for the week. Once again,
and you do a lot. You're nonstop.
PowerAct.net.
You do a lot. You're very, very involved with all of the different events that they have pretty much every weekend. You're doing something every
weekend. We have something going on. Tomorrow, we're doing Zumba lessons or Zumba classes it's called the Aquatics and Fitness Center in Parlin, a little north of here. And yeah, we do that. We're doing karate lessons. We just did a teen dance. We have a lot going on. And
so are parents always there?
They have
and
to
what
be
are the
there.
age groups?
They have to. It's all ages. They have to be there. Well, teen dance is from middle school to high school and older. But it's usually all ages, and it's never a drop off. Parents have to be there. It's usually 2 to 3 hour event. They get food. It's entertaining. Whatever the thing is. Zumba class is, I think, just an hour. Parents can be involved in Zumba. I'm gonna do Zumba.
You'll be doing it with them?
Yeah,
that's great.
Because I need to sweat it out.
So let me ask you, with the parents, are there two parents usually? Is it one?
It depends. Usually the dads are rarely there because they're usually working, and a lot of the mothers are stay-at-home moms. Okay. Because a lot of children with autism, it's a 24-hour job. So are typical kids, but usually they are stay-at-home moms.
So at the events, have you ever had a moment where a kid just started freaking out?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what their parents are there for.
And they just know how to handle it.
Yeah. And that's why it's just our kids. It's not a mix of typical kids, so they feel safe when a child will go through something, a behavior, screaming, even taking their clothes off. It's not a big deal because everyone's gone through it. Or if they see a parent that's struggling, a lot of the close moms will help. Like, do you need help? I can do this with him. I can do that with her. So a lot of friendships have been connected through there. And of course, we have a social media support group where all different parents from New Jersey with children with autism can connect and talk and relate. So, yeah. No, I love the events. All the kids are great. Yeah,
no, that's interesting to know what parent is usually there.
It's majority mothers. It really is mothers. But usually on like a weekend, a Sunday, you'll see more dads because most of them are off on Sundays. But yeah.
Well, mothers are multitaskers. We can multitask, right?
Yeah. Well, I prefer mothers being they gave birth. So I feel like they're just stronger automatically, emotionally and physically, just because of carrying another human life. Right. Yeah, I just think they're superheroes. Really.
No, they are.
They can take everything. Like you said, they can multitask. They can be a plumber. They can be a carpenter. Anything. They can be a laundress. I said laundress because that's a good word. They do laundry.
I like that. I like laundress.
And I know that's a word.
It is now.
There you go. And, they could be an accountant. They do the books. They,
No, we're powerful.
While the husband's working, they have their own work. They have their own work.
It's a full-time job. Being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. And then some. So, yes, women. And, we're coming up to Women in History soon.
When's that?
I think that's in March.
Yeah, March.
It is.
Yep.
So, a lot of women to look up to. And I have to say, even what's happened with the Me Too movement, I don't want to get too political, but that's really made a giant change in our society for women, and for women to come out and talk about things that they wouldn't talk about before. So I'm really, really happy about that. The other thing I want to talk about is, I don't know if anybody out there has gotten like an Ancestry kit. There's 23andMe. There's, what's the other one?
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. I got to tell you, most of us, Gianna got one. She did hers a long time ago, a few months back, right?
And it's crazy because those of you who don't know, we are Jamaican and Italian, but there's obviously more to that because we know we have to be a mix of something else.
That's what we know of because that's what we're told, right?
Yeah, so but then even grandpa, even our great grandmother, like we have people, ancestors from Germany and all that stuff. So Gianna got hers back, and the breakdown is that we're 11.2% Italian, 4.2% British and Irish, 2.1% Spanish and Portuguese, 0.5% Ashkenazi Jewish, 18.8% broadly Southern European. That's basically including Italian and Balkan peninsulas, as well as the island of Malta. And I'm reading this. I'm not giving you the scoop like I am, like my GPA is up there. The Mediterranean has provided transportation routes. I'm reading all this stuff. And then 2.0% broadly Northwestern European. And then, this is crazy, 38.3% Sub-Saharan African. And then it's broken down by 10.2%. John, how do you say that word? With the J?
I think it's Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. There you go. Ghanaian.
Or
Ghanaian, potato. Liberian, Syr. I can't pronounce any of these words. Nigerian. Like, all this is broken down.
So we're not one. We're not all one. I mean,
the list goes on.
We're all connected by one common thread. We're all connected. We're all God's children. And for those people out there who think that they're 100% of anything and discriminate against others,
you're liars. You're wrong.
It's
you're
really
wrong.
It's that's why I love this. I love Ancestry.com and all of these different DNA tests now, because it just shows you that we're not all one thing, and we are all connected. And let's drop the discrimination and the hatred against each other. And I think that's slowly going to go away. I'm very positive that eventually that's going to just dissipate. There'll be your few out there who discriminate against everything. Whether it's weight or shade that you are, or height or whatever. We're going to have some of that, but I think with the younger generations now, as I said, it's just going to disseminate. It's going to go away, and you guys are getting smarter and smarter. The younger generation is getting smarter. Because what discrimination is complete ignorance.
Yeah.
It's just being ignorant.
Yeah, I just can't wait till it's all, said and done, and the newer generation is going to be amazing. I feel like we're going to have a lot more activists coming out, especially with all the political things that have been happening the last 2 years. A lot of people speaking out a lot more, like you said, the Me Too movement, and especially through social media. Twitter's huge, involving politics and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to see what happens. And it's so weird thinking the kids now, like the little ones, what they're learning in school today. We didn't learn, you didn't learn. It's getting
And kids can
more,
pick up a phone today.
That's
by
scary.
the time when they come out
when
and they're
yeah.
and they understand social media. They understand how to
It's crazy.
navigate through.
See, I don't think I like that much.
That's just it. That's the where we're going now. You want it to go back to the way it was years ago.
I don't want kids to be glued to an iPad.
Right.
That's what
Well, that's the parents. You have to take it away.
Yeah, I know it's a good distraction. You have things to do, but it can't be good for the brain to look at a phone or an iPad, like a cartoon. I know it's learning, but like just try to do puzzles, figure stuff out,
family activities.
Yeah, not even family. Just like if the mother's running around something, or have music playing, something to stimulate the brain. Touch things.
Well, family too. I mean, family activities are going less and less because even the parents are on their electronic devices. The kids are doing their thing. Parents are doing.
So it's separation. We need more family time. People,
dinner time.
Sit down.
Yes. How we used to sit down at the dinner table and talk about what we did in school. Talk about our day, our week, what's happening in class, and really take more of an interest instead of just passing along. An iPhone to your kid to keep him busy.
Yeah, like we're losing that connection, and it's. That's why I feel like a lot of people I've seen or, they don't talk to their family members. Oh, I don't get along with them. It's why we don't get along with them. But like, how can you not speak to another person of your family? I know maybe something went on, but you have to start with open communication with everybody. It's so important. And back to when we're talking about the dinner table, I remember every time I didn't do well in school, everybody. So my test taking was it was good and bad depending on the subject. Math, forget about it. English, I was very good at.
Spelling, you were phenomenal.
Yeah, spelling was good. History was so. Science, I didn't want to do anything. So I forgot. This was like maybe middle school. And when you had a pretty low grade, the parent would have to sign your test, seeing that, so I would go to mom and be like, Mom, because she knew I had a test. Can you believe Brian got a
49?
Got a 49. One kid got a 22. Can you believe that, Mom? That's crazy.
You're telling me about how low their
scores were in comparison
to me.
Yeah.
For your score.
Yeah, and I'd get like a 53 or something. Like, that's not bad. They got this. I only got a 53.
Like I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, but that's failing.
That's called failing.
But not as bad as they did.
You got to step it up. And you did, obviously. You stepped it up. I think it's all about focus, too.
Just and extra credit.
And extra credit. Right.
A lot of extra credit.
Yep. And just doing what you got to do. And having an open conversation about what you feel like you're not doing well in, instead of hiding it and being ashamed and all of those things. And, look at you now.
Yep.
You're moving and grooving. You're an entrepreneur.
Here I am once again. Oh, man, that song. You remember that Kelly Clarkson song? I'm torn in a piece.
Oh, wow.
I can't do it anymore.
That's very good, Brittany.
No, that wasn't.
I'm not going to try to top that. That's for sure.
No, don't, because you're going to break some glass in here.
I know. I love to do that. But, speaking of entrepreneurship, there's so many today. I'm so excited. I have, I can't tell you this year how many of my clients became entrepreneurs. And I'm talking about this year. This is 2019. This just happened, right? I'm talking, the list is growing. At least 10 new entrepreneurs in 2019, my clients. Congratulations to all of you, because when you are an entrepreneur, there is no limit to how much freedom and money you can make. Giant. Look at you. You're all over the place. You work a little bit for your dad. You work a little bit for me. You do your own thing. You work for a company. But when you work for yourself, it is limitless. It's endless. John does, all of the stuff that you do outside of your day to day. It's amazing. And You can. So I have to say, I'm expressing this because I'm so proud of all of you entrepreneurs out there. I know who's listening. I know, I know that many of my clients are listening, and many people who are watch Shark Tank, for example, are listening to this podcast, and you really should, because learn from others, learn from people who are smarter. Don't be afraid to ask questions of other entrepreneurs, and they don't just have to be inventors. Yes, this is the Inventors Podcast, but you hear that we talk about everything else in addition to making money and starting new businesses, and don't worry about failing. Don't worry about failing. Fail forward, get up, and start all over again. And it takes a couple of tries sometimes, before you hit it right.
Several tries. Mm-hmm. I remember when Dad would have an idea. My dad has so many ideas. He wanted to do T-shirts. My dad does websites and video production and all of that. So he'd have one idea after the other. He's like, oh, I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. But then, stuff would fall flat. He had an idea for like an all Italian website thing because he's Mr. Italian. Then he has a channel on YouTube called Slicing Jersey, which I think is really cool. If you guys live in New Jersey or not, it's called Slicing Jersey. He's basically doing like the commentating in the background while his friend Ray tries all these slices of pizza from different parts of New Jersey.
That's fun.
They talk about sports. They talk about old school wrestling. They rate the pizza. So definitely check that out. YouTube, Slicing Jersey. It's hilarious.
Love it.
It's really, really
That's
cool.
great.
So you can have a million ideas, and a lot of the ideas can fail, but there's one that could stick. But don't give up, because he's 50 to 60 ideas he's tried, and it's failed, but he's still in business. He still is a producer director of his own business for 30 plus years. And he's doing really well.
And you just got to keep on going.
Yeah,
just got to keep on going.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on speaking of music. Keep on keeping on. You were singing that other song before. What were you singing? Oh, Kelly.
It was Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to say congratulate Phil too. He's been doing amazingly well with all of his shows. He just did a concert in North Carolina because it's the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. So they performed, and it was just such a wonderful turnout. And I want to say hats off to him. Congratulations to him. You talk about entrepreneurship. Phil's done it all too. And now running two shows, CSN Songs. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's a Crosby, Stills, Nash and tribute show where they celebrate the music of Crosby, Stills and Nash, and
young.
sometimes young.
Yeah, sometimes that works so well.
Sometimes Y.
Yep.
And he also has another show called, I want to call it the Guess Who Experience, but it's not.
It's not called
I should
that
know
anymore?
that. That's terrible. No.
What's it called?
It's the Guess Who. It's a tribute.
Is it called the Guess Who now? Is it called something else? Oh, Hand Me Down World.
Hand Me Down World. That's how it started. It started out with the Guess Who, and it's all of the music of the Guess Who.
Yes.
And so they're doing very, very well. Entrepreneurship rocks. So he does that, and he helps me with my website, and he's another entrepreneur. And you could do it. You have to just believe that you can. When you're told that you can't do things for so many years, and believe me, I've been told by friends that when I started to talk about inventing products, and back in the day when I was a kid, oh, you can't do that. How many naysayers are out there all the time telling you what you can't do? But you have to prove them wrong by doing it, taking the steps and just doing it, moving forward and doing it.
Yeah. And say if you try to move forward and you fail, if those same people that said you can't do it suddenly say, I told you so, don't be their friends anymore.
Their friends.
Say,
right, cross them off.
Up yours, I'm out of here. Why am I still talking to you?
I don't know exactly. That's exactly right. Keep it moving. Yeah, but you know what? There's some people you can say things to, and others you just can't.
Yeah.
You got to let it go. if you know there's going to be that one person will always have something negative to say, don't talk to them about anything. You know?
Yeah. It's so funny. That also reminds me of family. Even though you want to talk to your family, but sometimes you can't talk to your family, but you have to talk to your family. Like my grandmother, I love her. I will tell her whatever's on my mind, and she's the Italian one. She will come back with any kind of news. Did you hear about this girl? She was walking in the parking lot, and then she got mugged. Like, she tells me so many negative things only because she cares about me, because she doesn't want me to go outside. I have to stay indoors. You know, they never found that girl in Aruba. That was like 15 years ago. I can't travel. I can't do anything. Like, the world's crazy.
Just stay home.
Yeah, just relax, stay home. I'm in my pajamas. It's 4:00. She's great. I love her. She's loving life much. And she could say, I wish I could remember what she said, but she'll turn any positive thing I say into something negative.
With love.
Lovingly. Watch out for that. Like, you know, it's so funny. That's the only person I would never ignore, because that's an exception. Because if people understand, you know, that kind of family members, that's just out of love.
Old school.
But in another sense, that if you have an idea, like we said, and it's people are like, well, I don't know, that could work out. It's like, okay.
What was that voice?
That's what people say.
No, they do.
Yeah, that was very Larry David.
That was very Larry David. I love that. High and low, high and low.
Yeah.
No, that's Glick. That's Jiminy Glick.
No, that's not Jiminy Glick.
No, Jiminy's a little down.
If anyone has not heard of Jiminy Glick, it's a character that Martin Short created. I think it started off in Comedy Central. He's wearing a really big, like a fat suit, and he plays a host. And you look up Jiminy Glick, I think Jiminy's with a G, Jiminy Glick. And oh my gosh, it's so funny. He'd be like, hello everybody, and then it'd go to, ooh, I think that's amazing. But how are you doing with this? I don't get it. Ooh, you're the best. Like, it goes high, low, high. It's so, I'm recommending so many great things. You should be writing this down to everyone out there.
They can email and ask us questions too, Brittany. What's the email?
What's the email? I don't have it up in front of me. Oh, you mean our thing?
Yeah.
Oh, the adventurouspodcast@gmail.com. Well, we can read emails next time, but the adventurouspodcast@gmail.com. Any questions you guys have, it could have nothing to do with anything. It could be, hi, how you guys doing today?
What made you start the podcast?
No, more interesting stuff.
How did you start working together as a mother-daughter team on this podcast?
I was forced.
Anything.
Anything.
Coerced.
Yeah.
Food every Thursday.
Friday,
nice
Saturday.
How about bringing over some laundry?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Help me take down the tree.
Which I didn't do.
I know. You took your tree down in like 60 seconds or
less. Oh, yeah,
less.
I had to.
Your tree was down faster than anybody's ever in history. I've never known Eddie.
It lasted until
you took
New
it
Year's
down
Eve. I took it down.
Oh, it was New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a good time.
Yeah, I took it down, and then I put up New Year's decorations.
You're so good. That's right. You celebrated New Year's Eve at home.
Yep, it was great.
Yeah, it was great, right?
It was so good. It was so nice.
Yeah, it's nice to stay home.
I wish I had like actually I was gonna say cocktail. I don't wear dresses. You just bought a really nice sequin top for your Forbes photo shoot, and it is so nice.
I hope I wear it.
I hope you wear it too.
And you know what? I have a couple of options. I have a couple of options. I have to try things on later on.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm bringing them all with me.
Perfect.
Get some opinions.
Very good. I want to switch gears actually, talking about Forbes and entrepreneurship. Our workshop is coming up, the Lunch and Learn, I believe. It's in Lakewood, New Jersey at the Hilton Garden Inn. It's February 2nd. Tickets are on sale. Basically, lunch and learn. You're having some lunch and you're learning some things.
No better way to learn.
I know. to nosh. If you call it nosh and learn.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh man.
That's next time.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be
every
good.
time we do something, there's food. So next
Yes.
time, the next one. Yep. So it's Saturday, February 2nd, and it's from 11 to 2, which is a wonderful time. It's not crack of dawn. It's Saturday morning. You still have time to get up at 7, 8 o'clock, have some coffee, relax, and come on over.
We will
it's
have
really
coffee.
easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get to, by the way. It's right off of the Garden State Parkway, right on Route 70, and it's heading, that is west. Yes, away from the water. So Route 70 West, it's going to be great. We have speakers will be the Gearhart Law. We have Richard and Elizabeth. Richard is the patent attorney from Gearhart Law. They have a radio show, Passage to Profit, on iHeartRadio. So come on up, come on over. You may get an opportunity to be on their radio show as well as ours. Who else? We have Tara Ackaway, our social media expert. Will be giving some expert advice on social media.
And we have Mommy, the inventress, talking about all things you need to know about marketing, barcodes, when to do something, when not to do something. And it's very rare, everyone, that you get a learning experience from the inventress for such, a ticket price, because this is basically like a mini consultation in a way.
In-depth consultation.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I think ticket prices are $40. Pretty reasonable for what you're getting. Also, you're getting food, and as I said, it's short. It's short. You get to enjoy your day, mix and mingle, and just get some expert advice from great people. You'll love the Gearharts. Of course, Tara. You'll love Tara. Brittany will be there, absolutely on point as always.
Yeah,
thank God.
I would
John
never
will
miss
be
one.
there, I believe. Will you going to be there, John? You going to be in the house? Oh, John will be in the house.
be hanging out.
You'll get to meet John.
Yes, the famous John.
But so just want to wrap up. I want to wrap up. Brittany, could you give them the website where they need
I'll
to
give them
go?
the
Oh, wait a
spiel.
second. We didn't give them the website to buy the tickets. That's
Oh, what's the
inventing.
website?
It's inventingatoz.com. That's inventingatoz.com to purchase your tickets. It's on our website. So take a look and just click. You could also get to my Inventing A to Z site by doing AOE, AOWIE. One, connects to the other.
That's
and the
right.
tickets are being sold on Eventbrite.
Yeah, I think it's, I guess when they click, it just goes to Eventbrite.
It does.
Right?
It goes right there.
Very
simple.
cool. But guys, continue listening. Like I said, email us about anything you want. Tell your friends about this podcast. Tell your dog. Because I know if you're a dog person, you tell your dog everything. I miss my dog. She's with my sister. She has custody. I don't want to talk about it.
That's win-win.
I know. That's the win-win. She's so cute. She's a little Maltese. But yeah, everyone, check us out wherever you listen to a podcast, whether it be Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, on your iPhones, Apple Podcast. Also, just have a good day, everyone. I think everyone's just stressing out. Well, it is. We're in the middle of the week. I think it's going to be a good day for everyone. It's almost the weekend. And for that, you can also post on my mom's Facebook. Say, Happy Friday. Woo, it's the weekend, the Eventress. She's on Facebook, Lisa Ascalise. Just search her. Also, she also does Motivational Mondays on YouTube as well. If you want to search her, if you're having a case of the Mondays, type in Lisa Ascalise on YouTube. She has so many cool motivational things. The last one I saw, she was running on a treadmill and talking at the same time. I can't do that.
I could barely do it.
Yeah, I was laughing a little bit.
Compliments of the my trainer Danielle forcing me to get on the treadmill a couple of days a week at least.
Yeah, you got to put in that cardio.
And I got to you really do. You got to keep it up. You've got to keep up your cardio, because I could feel when I fall off, when I stop doing it, you could go for an hour when you're used to it.
Right.
But when you fall off, especially around the holidays, when we're not working out every single day, it was really hard for me to get back on track. It was
it's
really
tough.
hard.
It's tough.
Yeah, so yes, Motivational Monday, Brittany, sorry to interrupt you. So Motivational Mondays, yes, every Monday, check me out on, it's all social media platforms.
Yes.
Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn,
Yep.
Facebook.
Everything.
The whole shebang.
And if you guys want us to do a motivational segment on the podcast, let us know. Like I said, the adventurespodcast@gmail.com. If you want a little motivational segment like our motivation or mom's motivational month. I love how I'm jumping in like I'm motivating people.
Well, you are. You're very motivational.
I'm here.
And you're doing a great job,
That's the
sweetie.
motivation. But I love doing it, so I guess I'm motivated to do this. I love being on the podcast. I like being myself. I'm not, pretending.
No sugarcoating.
Yeah, I'm not sugarcoating.
As
And the
you
funny
can
thing
hear.
is, everybody, I am being more real to you than I actually am in real life. Because I feel like I can say whatever I want. And I'm really not even this disrespectful. I don't think I am, but I've heard a lot of people say I'm a little fresh, spoiled.
And you're neither one of those. And you're really
hold
not.
on. I was fresh when I was like 5.
Extremely.
B, I'm very sarcastic. C, I love everyone. And D, I just love myself.
And that's the most important.
Exhibit Q. Yeah, that's it.
It really is. Loving God, loving yourself. And I thank God for every time we do this together, Brittany. You crack me up, and it's amazing. And you guys, she's really not fresh at all. She's
I'm just
very
funny.
respectful. She's funny as heck. And
No, I wasn't allowed to be disrespectful. My mom would give us the eye, and we would go back to just sitting there and not moving.
That's all it took was an eye.
Yeah.
Never had to hit my kids, ever. Never had to spank my children.
Were scared. I'm still scared of you.
I know. That's a good thing.
Yep. Well, everybody.
Fear your parents.
Yes. Fear. Yep.
With love.
Fear and love.
Yeah.
Yep.
And fear, anyway. Fear the wrath. But we don't need to do that because I'm so grateful again for my 3 children. So good. God, I'm very, very blessed to have the 3 of you who have always been so completely respectful and so good. And it is a blessing. So with that being said, I'm ready to sign off. Aren't you, Brittany? I'm ready for night, I think.
You got to get some clothes ready for
I gotta
your
get
shoot.
stuff together. That's right.
I got to finish up my week.
Mm-hmm.
Got things to do. People to see. Backs to scratch.
I hope it's only one back.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope it's only John's back tonight. Anyway, so here we are signing off and just want to leave you with, remember to lift each other up 2 hands at a time. And sometimes you have to use your foot. But peace and love. Until next time, peace.